I think it's weird how I made a video on TikTok and I uploaded it to YouTube. And I think it has like 450 views on YouTube Shorts. A video making fun of Alex motherfucking Info Jones Wars. It's kind of funny I have to do that. But they took it down off of TikTok. I'm literally making fun of them. Is it given promotion? I wonder. Making fun of him on his promotion, but it's giving him some promotion. They took it down. Something about impersonating. Like, what are you talking about? I can't impersonate people. I can't make fun of public figures. He's a public figure. Isn't it weird how there's certain people that they are taking down and trying to scrub from the internet, like Laura Loomer, Alex, somebody named Tate, Trump. You're just trying to erase these people. We can't talk about them. We can't have opinions on these people, whether they're good or bad. I just don't get it. TikTok, when I got on there, it seemed like it was less about censorship, and it seems like YouTube is less censoring than actual TikTok. If you don't like what I'm talking about, I don't mind. I don't mind putting up some kind of wall that says this is sensitive material. I don't mind that. That's honestly like a badge of honor. Like, whatever. But you don't need to take down my video because you don't like what I'm talking about. If I'm not talking about something illegal, don't take down my video. And I know that TikTok is a China-run company, and it's pretty much trash. I mean, half of the people on there, followers or whatever, are bots or whatever. But what I like about it is the video, how to make my videos. My videos are pretty. I like to be able to edit. The editing tools on there are really cool. Which I might just go ahead and just at this point, because I'm getting like notifications that I'm gonna have some restrictions because a lot of people have reported me. I've had probably like 5 videos taken down, which were put back up. I had one video that was taken down, which it says it's illegal, but honestly, I was doxing myself, but I wasn't doxing myself. I made up some shit. It seemed real because I looked up real places. And it seemed like it was all real, but I didn't dox myself. I was making fun of it, and they took it down anyway. I think that video is actually still up on YouTube, actually. So if you go search that, if you want to go through all that, it's pretty far back. Like, I made it a couple of months ago. But anyway, I can't impersonate people. That's what Saturday Night Live did. They impersonated people. I think this is ridiculous, man. This is I don't I don't know how much more people are gonna put up with this. I guess they're gonna keep putting up with it though. Okay, so I want to get on to my point about what I think is coming. Tim Pool did a story about this girl who got euthanized. She's 23. I guess a 29-year-old did too. You can go to Belgium and get euthanized, which I don't have a problem with. If somebody doesn't want to be alive, they shouldn't have to be forced to be alive. I know that sounds bad, but like, I just, I don't, I'm gonna be euthanized if I have to rely on other people to take care of me. If I can't take care of my body myself, if I can't take care of my private parts myself, and I'm not gonna rely on one of my family members to wipe my ass for me. I would rather just be euthanized. There's no need for me to continue to be alive if I can't take care of myself. I'm not going to be a burden on other people. I'm just not. And if that sounds bad, that's understandable. But me personally, I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to be a burden on my kids. I don't want to be a burden on society. If I can't take care of myself physically, I'm paralyzed, whatever. I want to be put down. I want to be put down. And is that bad? If you, according to Christians, if you jump in front of a car, save a person's life, and then you end up dying, you're committing suicide. And knowing you're committing suicide to save somebody's life, what happens if me being euthanized saves somebody else's life? Whether it's like they don't have to pick up an extra shift to come and take care of me, and if I was still alive, they would have to pick up that shift, come in, but they died in a car accident on the way. It's like these are like deep philosophy. I can't even say because I'm tongue tied. Sometimes I can say words, sometimes I can't. So I don't worry, man. I got an IQ below 80, so it doesn't matter. But like in the future, okay, this is what I want to talk about: the birth rate. Now, all that being said, the birth rate is lower, and I'm on here advocating don't have kids you can't afford, and people shouldn't be pressuring you to have kids. Even people I respect, Elon Musk, are out here saying you need to have kids to keep up. And I understand what they're talking about. They want slaves. They want people to pick up. They want more of a workforce. And he's worried about the low birth rate, because if you look at the Mouse Utopia experiment, all the mice ended up being overpopulated, and they stopped having mice, and they went extinct. And you can see that's what's kind of happening to humans. Me personally, what does it matter? If people aren't around in 100 years or like 500 years, like who gives a fuck if humanity doesn't keep on going forward? Oh my God. Like, so what? Who gives a shit? I mean, I care about my kids. I care about the kids right now, their future going forward. But to keep progressing humanity, like it's such a great thing. Like, oh well, it's not meant to be then. Like, if we go extinct, we go extinct. That's just the way it goes. But what we have coming forward, since there is low birth rates because people don't want to have kids, maybe financial reasons, or they have mental problems and they just can't have kids because they know they'll fuck them up. And there's a lot of people that shouldn't be having kids, to be honest. They don't have I shouldn't have had kids, but I actually went against the grain. I went through a lot of struggling, a lot of hardships, to have well emotionally adjusted children. I've went through a lot. I sacrificed a lot. And that's what you do as a parent. You sacrifice. If you had the potential to be some type of person that you could have been somebody extremely famous. You could have been the best basketball player ever, but you choose, instead of those accolades in the future, which those medals and those trophies aren't going to mean shit when you're old. They're just going to collect dust. You choose to invest in your kids and try to raise them as best as possible. There's no book that shows how to raise your child, the best way to raise your kid. you always make mistakes, and that's why I said in a different video, I apologize to my kid for my mistakes. And what that does, and I know other people, you're not manly because you didn't do that, or Andrew Tate's like, it was great my dad wasn't around. Yeah, that's great that your dad wasn't around to protect you and your mom and whatever. That's ignorant. The dad, when they're younger, is there to install discipline, to have the child respect the mom. That's what the dad's there for, and to be a good example. Okay. Um. So me apologizing for mistakes I have made gives my kids a bridge to get over the emotional traumas that I have caused, not purposely, but some decisions I have made that may have given them some trauma when they were younger. Maybe they don't forgive me. Maybe they don't get over those traumas. But at least I put it out there for them to actually, put my ego aside, that I'm not perfect, that I make mistakes, and a lot of parents should be doing this, so their child maybe can heal, have the potential to heal, instead of the kid holding on to resentment on their parent. And maybe my kids, it doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so all that being said, what I wanted to talk about is going forward in the future, since we have a low population rate, what's going to happen is prices for things are going to be really high. If you want to continue to be in this matrix, I think that we're technology is being produced really fast. It still is being produced really well, but I just don't think it's quick enough to sustain the way things are in the future. I think that it seems like we're probably going to regress back to living on the prairie type of deal. Smaller communities, like Amish type of communities. And the only people that would be able to sustain the quality of life that we have right now will be the ultra rich people. So the problem is, here's the problem. We're going to have all of these old people, okay? All these old boomers in like 10, 15 years. One economist I listened to is Turd, Monkey. So I don't know if I can say his name because he's one of these people that are being exiled from existence. Like, they don't exist. They still exist, but we can't talk about them on here. So dumb because of their beliefs. He said something about if we have 2% interest rate on our debt, something along the lines of this. Something like, I think he said, by I know it's 2034 we're supposed to run out of Social Security. Medicare be 2026, is he saying? Something like that? 2%, something like that. And that's at 2%. So who's going to take care of all these older people? A lot of them aren't being able to save for retirement. For instance, me, I paid into Social Security my whole 25-year career of jobs, right? So by the time I could retire, I don't know, how am I, 42? I probably, 65 is when you can retire. So I think I got another 23 years, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to do the math in my head. Something like that, right? If that's 65. So obviously, if Social Security runs out in 10 years, a little bit like I think 12 years, something like that, 13 years, I won't be able to benefit from that, even though I've been paying into it the whole time. And let's just say I've been paying in the max amount from my 401k um, for like 20 years. Well, let's just say at that point when I'm 65, I retire. I'm going to retire, which people like me won't be able to ever retire. Let's just say possibly I retire. What is like? Let's just say I saved $300,000. Let's just say I did really want to save. How long do you think that's going to sustain my life in this matrix? When we have a decline in workers, we have a decline in production coming up. We have a shortage of workers right now, and it's just going to get worse. These boomers aren't going to be able to work soon. The prices for common goods, because they're not getting produced a lot, are going to be skyrocketing. What is $300,000 going to do in 10, 20 years, like with inflation? It ain't going to do much. It ain't going to be much. If you look at inflation throughout the years, how much has progressed and how much is going to continue to progress, $300,000 ain't going to do shit. It ain't going to sustain me for like a couple years. So I'm going to have to work. What I think is there's probably going to be people are going to be euthanized, and they might not have a choice in the matter. I mean, honestly, if you look at what matters more, our society wanted to put out some type of experimental thing, which, yeah, this person who I still wear his stuff came out with. Well, people who are radical, who are on the left, didn't want to take it at first, and as soon as he leaves office, the other people come in and they're all about it. Now they're forcing it on little kids to help people who don't take care of their bodies, who are older. I mean, we're sacrificing and we're experimenting on our youth for people who only maybe have a couple of years left, or don't really care about their health anyway until like some stuff goes wrong. That's why we're probably going to have forced triage when it comes to what's more important, who's more valuable, the future or somebody that's got a couple years left. I mean, you've already lived your life. I've already lived my life. I'm 42, man. Like, how much more do I got? Unless we have life extension type of technology that they supposedly talking about coming out in 2050. I think a child's life is more important than mine. I mean, right now, it's their future. Their future is more. That's why men give up their lives and will pass away to save their kids' lives, because the future is what matters more than the older people. And I'm sorry to say that, but that's the damn truth. And we're not gonna have enough people to take care of all the boomers that are going to be retiring. I'm sorry, we're not going to have enough young people, and we're going to have a lot of resentful people that don't want to anyway, that say, you didn't give a damn about me. You didn't give a damn about me when you were raising me. Maybe you had me out of a social status type of deal. You didn't really show like you cared about me. And you're going to have a lot of the youth, Generation X, the millennials, Gen Z, are just going to be like, I don't care. I don't care about you. You think it's bad people being in the nursing homes right now and their family not visiting or giving a damn about them? Wait till these boomers are in that position. It's going to be bad. It's going to be real bad. And I think at some point, and we'll see this. We'll see Japan first. Japan's the worst from what I hear. I think that I just seen a video talking about judging somebody population's understanding of what they have more of. What do they sell more, adult diapers or baby diapers? And right now, Japan sells more adult diapers than they do baby diapers. So that's where we'll be able to see what happens to their society first when it comes to not having population to replace the older generations. um and that's just too bad. I mean, that's just too bad. um I had children, but if I didn't, and there was, no one to be a slave, and it's just okay, I lived my life and now it's time to be euthanized. I mean, it is what it is. We all pass away. There's no reason to continue to. I just don't understand how people can, like, what are you holding on to, like, when you're incapacitated. You could, if you were somebody like that one guy that was stuck in a wheelchair. He couldn't talk, he couldn't do anything. He was highly intelligent, and he did help out with his, I think he was a scientist. I forgot his name, but he passed away. But he was highly intelligent, so he did do something. But a lot of people just don't. Like, their whole life is just consuming. Like, they're a consumer. When you can't move your body no more, and you're older, and you don't have any more, you're not passing down wisdom. All you're doing is existing and consuming. Like, there's not really any point to your life. And what I'm saying is, like, I'm not trying to tell people to do anything. Like, people make their own choice. But for me, if I was stuck in a wheelchair, if I seen a video of a female where she was in a different country. Her face looked like it melted off, like, and it was like hanging down. Like, seriously, it was hanging down like this, like this. Like, her face was like, I don't know what it was, but she could barely move. At that point, I'd want to be euthanized if you couldn't do nothing about it. If modern technology couldn't make it, if I was incapacitated and I had to rely on family members giving me baths or any of that, I don't want to be around. I would rather be euthanized, to be honest. That's just me, though. Maybe other people don't agree, and that's cool, but that's my opinion. I'm pretty stubborn, and I don't like asking people for help, and I don't like relying on other people for help either. So, I mean, that's just me. I mean, honestly, if I'm to the point where, like, I'll take, I'll definitely, um I'll probably have dementia in my life if I make it that far. I can already tell I got some type of for stuff I forget about. I will definitely take some kind of Neuralink implant, chip implant. I don't care if they can read my thoughts. I don't care if they can track me. I wouldn't care. As long as I can function, if I can move my body to take care of its functions, I won't give a damn. Um, I'm not going to be one of these um, declining in dementia or Alzheimer's where I don't remember who people are. I don't know. I don't remember where I'm at. I don't know who I am. And I'm declining to be like a little kid and people have to take care of me. I'm not going to do that. I'll either get euthanized or I will um, get that brain chip, whatever happens, like, if I have that option when I'm old, if I make it that far. But yeah, I think that's what's coming. I think that there's going to be severe shortages unless we progress with technology and we don't have to rely on humans being slaves anymore, and then the robots will produce most of the stuff. Unless that happens, but the way that Elon Musk is talking about people not having kids, I don't know if we're that far along. If we can, I don't know. I don't even know if like his Tesla robot, like he's gonna come out with, to be mass manufactured, if it's even that worth it. Like if the technology is even that good to, come out with it, to waste those resources, to waste batteries or whatever. It's a piece of junk, like it doesn't. It's really limited, so it's kind of pointless to come out with, just to come out with it so people are buying it or whatever. I mean, if it's awesome and it really does everything, like it'll do my dishes, it'll do all the cleaning in my house, and like I don't have to do any of that anymore, that's cool. But if it's like kind of like very limited to what it could do, just like save those resources and make it better before you come out with it. That's my opinion. But I don't know. I seen the show that they put on, the robot show with the Tesla bot, and they come out with this like this herky jerky type of one, which is pretty cool that it's moving around on its own. And they come out with this another one with a newer version that they're gonna be mass producing, sell for 20,000. And they also have this something they're going on with Neuralink, and they're testing it on humans right now who have disabilities. And I think Elon said on Halloween they're going to be coming out with an update of how everything is going with Neuralink. So that's going to definitely be interesting. But that's what I'm saying is be prepared for euthanasia being kind of like when you got countries that are allowing perfectly healthy, physically healthy people being euthanized, like that's going to be acceptable. And like his name was Dr. Death in Michigan, Dr. Kevorkian. I didn't have a problem with that. If you're going to be passing away soon and you're in severe pain, and like I'm talking about this whole video, and you're relying on other people to take care of you, and you're going to be dead soon anyway, why can you not just be euthanized? It doesn't make any sense. Like why you're keeping me around, why you're wasting resources when all you're doing is sedating me, trying to it's just dumb. Like if people are to the point where that they're gonna be passing away soon, God's obviously saying like honestly, if if these people were left out in the wilderness, they couldn't physically take care of themselves, like they would be taken care, they would die anyway. Like they would probably starve to death or have a predator would just take care of them. So society is the one keeping these people alive anyway. So who's to say that God didn't want that person to die anyway, but we're going against God's will, keeping that person alive? Like, is that really self-deletion? Like, and they're going to just go to hell forever? That's why I'm like, it's curious. Like, I always wondered this, if a person wanted to self-delete, they took a sharp object, plunged it into like a vital organ, and like bled out. But the whole time they were praying to God to forgive them for their sins, would they still go to hell forever? And that's the type of questions that these Christians will be like, oh, I don't know, they don't really have answers for those type of things. Like I said, I'm not advocating for anything like that. This stuff is like type of taboo type of things, and who knows what YouTube will do with it if they take down this video or take me down altogether. I really would rather just go to Rumble, but I don't grow at all. I got like 1 subscriber on there, and I got like hardly any views on my videos, so it kind of feels like pointless to even put anything up on there. But yeah, that's it for this video.